and if we have to, we can let out on this other one over here on the other side. So this tank weighs 4,000 pounds is what it weighs. I got it towed at about 200 feet back here through the woods. Tote the crap out of this thing. I done swung around over the blade now, Kevin, so this thing ain't gonna be nothing here, dude. So I'll explain what all was going on. As I said a while ago, this tank come in at 4,000 pounds. It's a 300 gallon, like a septic type tank. And what we didn't know at this time was, I toted this thing back there, it had about 2 feet of water in it. So I'm sure this thing, you know, with the water weight in it, came in at well over 5,000 pounds. The Hyundai excavator had no trouble toting this thing. The way this machine is set up with the short stick on it and extra kind of weight on the back of it, it is mind-boggling what this machine will pick up and what it'll handle. So I had to tote this thing on back in there to set it where it was going to end up setting. So here's the deal. Not too far from me over in Alabama, there's still a lot of places over there that don't have any county water or city water or anything like that. And what people will do is, in this, like this situation here, they will get their water from a spring. And the way it works is they pipe the water down from the spring and it goes into some sort of holding tank. In this case, it's going to be this septic tank here. And then it goes into it, and then they have like a well type pump that actually picks the water up out of the tank and pumps it to the house. In this situation, this one will not be used for drinking water, it'll be just used for the water coming in the house. And this one had a round tile type homemade tank back there. You'll see it in a minute because we had to pull it out. Looked like it was a 2 foot diameter inside the tile. Probably looked like 3 of them stacked together. I think it would come in holding about 260 gallons. It'd been there for a very long time and it was starting to seep water out of it. So the game plan was to get that thing out and then replace it with this thing here. So we took a Milwaukee pump. We pulled the pipe out of the tank and all that, and pumped the water out of the tank that was there, and down the hill. And then I removed that makeshift tank that was in the hole, got it out, and then we got the elevation right. We need the elevation where, you know, we could go into the tank at the right height with where the pump was. We got all that right, and then brought in some sandy gravel, leveled the bottom of the hole, and then set this one in place. The guy that had contacted me, well, there's kind of a backstory. There's about 3 or 4 of us, or maybe 5 of us, that are real good friends. We all work together on a lot of different things, and I'd been contacted by one of them, and he said, "You think you can set that tank?" And I said, "Yeah." I said, "I can set that tank." He said, "Well, you know, my machine," he has a 40, I believe it's a 40 Takeuchi is what his is. He said, I'm not going to be able to handle that tank. So I went up there and looked at this job. It's about 40 miles from my house here, and looked at it, and I ended up trading with the guy. Come to find out, he had contacted quite a few people. He told Kevin he had contacted about a dozen folks. And I said, well, we'll get it set, but I said, I can't do it right now. So this was on a Friday. I said, we'll come up here this next Saturday and do it, because I knew I needed Kevin to go with me to help me get this thing done. So that's what we did. We went up there, yesterday was Saturday, and did the job. Wasn't bad. I like doing things that are different. I've had fooled with a lot of septic tanks and septic systems. I've never actually set one before completely. I actually formed one up back in the 80s when I was still in high school, and poured one in the ground, and just all old school, dug the hole out with a backhoe and all that. But it's the first time actually toting one and doing all that stuff like that. But they were it was not my job to plumb it up. They were going to plumb it up as soon as I left. So when we figured out this one had about 2 foot of water, we didn't figure it out till we done set it in the hole. Kevin pulled the lid, the concrete lid, the plug on it, pulled it up, looked down in there, and so we took the Milwaukee pump, and then we pumped the water out of it. And again, there's quite a few houses in this area, and all up through there where this is, that's how they get their water, and it works very well. It's a pretty cool deal. I remember the first one I ever seen that was like this. I was kind of amazed by it, the way that it was set up and the way the guy had it, and it worked and everything. But real cool stuff. So sit back, enjoy the video. The spreader bar on it came from my buddy Chris Black, and that's the guy that put me on this job. He loaned that thing to me where I could pick this tank up and everything. But still amazed at what I can do with the Hyundai. The machine ain't no joke. And of course, right here, you can tell too, you had to have a machine big enough to tote it, but not too big to get down between these trees. And then where I had to set up, you can see to the right of the tank there, so it's a pretty good hill going up. Where I had to set up, I was pretty tight confinement area right there, digging out and all that. So hope that explains everything, and hope you sit back and enjoy the rest of the video. We'll catch y'all later. Later, taters. that's what it looks like finished up right there. So the spring is up yonder where the spring comes out. He's got a pipe in it. Comes out right there.